Audits are used to verify that the management system meets the requirement it was designed for. Organizations should carry out audits to satisfy themselves that the cyber resilience strategy in place is performing as expected. Some organizations, such as those using the ISO certifications, will employ external auditors to meet the needs of the regulating body. When planning audits, you need to consider the type and frequency of your audit. For example, you can think about the following questions when planning. Are you going to carry out an internal audit before a scheduled external one? What's the scope of the audit, and what criteria do you want to cover? Who's going to carry out the audit, and who's the data for? And who's going to be accountable for any issues that are discovered as part of the audit process? Many organizations choose to adopt a multi-level approach that looks at the allocation of responsibility, assurance testing, and internal auditing to check for the organization's readiness before any external audits are carried out for certification. When scheduling an audit, organizations must keep in mind audit timing, as scheduling them too frequently can be time-consuming. Too infrequently means issues may remain unidentified, and the organization can be susceptible to attack. Results following an audit provide assurance to the organization and highlight areas of opportunity for improvement. Compliance management is used to help avoid breaches of legal, regulatory, or contractual requirements for cyber resilience. However, compliance generally has a much wider scope than just cyber resilience. Before an organization can become compliant, they must first understand all the legal, regulatory, and contractual requirements that affect the organization. This can be very demanding on an organization and require a large amount of time and ongoing effort to maintain. When designing and implementing the compliance management system, it's important to establish what cyber resilience controls are in place and that they demonstrate real value and are effective. It's easy to implement a tick-box approach to compliance which gives the appearance of value, but it doesn't properly protect the organization. Demonstrating compliance requires the collection and management of evidence. Depending on the size of the organization and the scope of the requirements, this can be significant. For each individual requirement identified, documentation should be available and show which cyber resilience control it meets. Organizations may wish to include system logs, device logs, and transactions records in this documentation, as they provide evidence of the control measures being used.